Good morning. It's July 19th, and I'm going to start the morning off with a garden tour. These are the late planted lilacs. You can see the buds. This is the worst one, and it's got buds everywhere. You can see right there. This is the second best performing. You can see they got nice dark green color. Nice healthy looking buds. And this one here, where was that? This one's got, yeah, right here. You can see new leaves, which is a very good sign. They're going to be doing fine. And these were planted earlier. They're doing quite well for transplants. There's that dumb bunny. It's a baby. I walked right up to it yesterday. Not too smart. I almost picked him up. He was on the steps, and I was going up the steps quick to get something. I do not like you in my gardens, boy. Okay, this is the weed and seed stuff. It's getting quite big. There's a few weeds in there, but not much. I think that was there last time, that big lamb's quarter. I'm going to have to get that yanked as soon as I finish up this film. Don't even know what the hell that is. I thought it was a hollyhock earlier, but it certainly don't look like it now. Another weed and seed. That's going to be loaded with flowers soon. Tomato plant. Just freaking massive. This is cherry tomatoes. It's about 6 feet wide and 5 feet tall. And then there's another one right in here. This is just 2 plants. And my jalapeno pepper plant, which gets surrounded by zinnias. The zinnias are just incredible, and they should persist for quite some time now. I'll show it to you from down here. Yeah, I moved all this junk here. I gotta, well, not junk, but stuff that gets in the way. We gotta sell this stuff. Don't use it. Okay, another weed and seed. So this will provide flowers late into the season, but look at the zinnias from down here. The whole hillside. I like that look. I'm gonna have to do that again next year. Coleus. I have no idea why some are colored and some are green and white. Maybe it's too much light. This stuff in the toilet, I thought it was dead because I didn't get to water it while we had company. I just totally forgot about it. But it's starting to come back, so who knows. Next year I'm going to plant different plants, and I'm going to figure out an automatic watering system. I'm going to try to find some kind of an antique to use as a water tank. Who knows what I'll find. This is, I think there's 20-some bulbs in here, but we don't have a whole lot poking out yet. Well, we got 3 here, and another one there. But I do believe I planted that one. Yeah, that was a Mother's Day plant for my wife. And then we plant them in the garden, so there was only 3 that came up, and then all of these over to the right are stargazers, and they seem to take forever to come up. Oh, and I keep forgetting the different varieties here. There's Indian blanket, black-eyed Susan, brown-eyed Susan, Yellow cone flower. See, I don't know. There's quite a few. Gaillardia. Don't know them all, but I should. And then this is pretty, oh, we got some lilies here too, ditch lilies. They're kind of in the wrong spot. It's a little bit dark right here, but these trees will be coming out as we clear. I have news on this whole area here that I'll put in a new video. It's big news. Our lot line runs right through there somewhere. I'm not 100% sure the direction it runs, but I'll put that in another video. Watch for an upcoming video on that. All right, now let's look at the ditch garden. Those are the cross members for the end post assemblies in the vineyard. Got to get back to that, but it's going to have to come after the rain. The rain starts today and is possible for 4 days, but I'll sneak in there before that. The lilies are in full bloom and just starting to fade. Sunflowers, some are fading already, but you know, they produce more every day. Zillions of flowers here, bachelor buttons and this and that and the other thing. Cosmos. They're all wildflowers, so some work their way in here that I did not plant, and I have no idea what they are. Not that I have any idea what everything is to start with, but some stuff just volunteers to grow here. The milkweed has pods on it. This is common milkweed. I'm going to look for, I've seen tons of monarchs in here. They're in here every day. Hopefully we'll see some reproductive monarch stuff here. This whole milkweed patch is going to end up moving down, way down to the bottom, and I'm going to put milkweed in this and that garden, as well as the little prairies. I'm going to put prairie milkweed in there, which is non-invasive. So the milkweed will actually expand, but it'll be a different variety up here. Yeah, this isn't too much work. It's a lot more work if you neglect it for a couple years and let the weeds fill it with seeds. Yeah, we have people that come here and just drive by real slow and look at the gardens every year. And up on that ridge, the furthest ridge you can see up there, there's a house up there in the trees. The first or second year we had these gardens, they could see it from their road, and they came down here to see it. They parked at the beginning of the road and walked by, and we talked to them. They said they could see it all the way. That's about, oh, that's 1.5 miles, 2 miles away. I don't know if I need to walk through the back here. Let's take a look at the grapes. Grapes are looking good. I'm going to be going out and spraying in a few days for the Japanese beetles. I'm going to hedge today and then spray after that, but Yeah, once summer comes, it's kind of hard to tell. You know, the vines get stressed out from the heat and lack of water. So you really can't tell if they're coming down with some kind of fungus or if it's something else. Yeah, the Japanese beetle damage isn't too heavy, but again, if there's still a good amount of them in the vineyard, I'll spray for them. Yeah, that looks like glyphosate damage, but there was none sprayed anywhere near here. So that's what the Japanese beetles do. It's not much damage, but an infestation can take out the whole crop. This is not supposed to be here. I have not done as much as I should with this. This is a newer vine. This is its second year. And I should have been training this a little better, which I will have to get to. Blueberry bush. I didn't net it. Oh, there's the cat. I didn't net it, so the birds coming steal my blueberries. They completely stripped the cherry tree, so we have to net it if we want to get some cherries off of it, and we didn't this year. We let them have it, but next year both of these are going to get netted so that we get a full crop out of them. I take berries here and there, but at this point of the year they come and steal them as soon as they're even the slightest ripe. This is our junk area again. Pretty much nothing's been done with this year, and it's going to be taken out next year. Okay, here's my jammed up garden. I've said in other videos I just planted stuff really, you know, I threw this in kind of at the last moment. I got restraints as far as how far this garden can come and still have my path here. And the corn took up most of the garden, but I still wanted to get, this is all, well, actually the tomatoes are for us. The green peppers are for a guinea pig. And these carrots down here are for the horses. So if something comes of them, something comes of them. But the peppers look really good. So I guess they don't mind a little bit of shade. They get at least a half a day of sun. And there's a bunch of tomatoes on there. And the corn is, oh, it's over 5 feet tall. This is that glass gem corn. I don't think there's any signs of ears yet. Some of the field corn, the dent corn around here, is all tasseled out already. But I planted this really late, all the way into July. So it's going to take a while. Let's see what the grapes look like here. That is a Concord. These are very small bunches, and they're oh, bumped it. Very small bunches, and they're very sparse. I am not sure what happened with the grapes this year. The grapes right up here. They're just, it's like they got too much nitrogen somehow. I'm going to have to come in here and hedge this. I'm doing the hedging today, so I'll get at that as well. And here's my stargazers. I love the smell of these, so I got them planted wherever I can. And they are in bloom. And this is that junky little garden that we kind of threw in at the last minute. This used to be lavender here, and that finally died out, and we had lavender all around here, but it all died, so just threw that in at the last minute. I have to do some planning for it next year. And there's some pigweed. We have a pigweed plague this year. Trimmer. And what was this? This is King of the North. It does have grapes on it, but you can't see them. Yeah, they're way in there. So I'm going to hedge this too. You can see this just goes insane. This will get 25, 30 foot vines coming off of it, going all the way down there. And nothing much here. This is actually just rocks that I collected from down in the hollow. It's going to be set up into a rock garden, but they were just placed here while I get more rocks. It's not really set up as a garden yet until the front porch is done. And this is a Gerber daisy that has done absolutely nothing yet. It better hurry up because the end of its growing season is going to come up soon. And here is the prairie garden. Not sure if that's going to be the final name for this, but right now it is Little Blue Stem, and that's it, along with the weeds and the, like this grass right here. I'm not sure what that is. I don't think it's blue stem. I don't think it sprouts like that, and it definitely doesn't look like the control sample that I planted. So yeah, this will be a learning experience here, being able to identify what is good grasses and what is like annual grasses and other weeds. At 6 inches, I was talking with the people at Roundstone Seed, and they said I could spray 2,4-D when the grass gets to 6 inches. So it's getting close, and we got 4 days of possible rain, with rain most of the day today starting at noon. So this stuff should take off like crazy. So I think it'll be 6 inches by then. This, I'm pretty positive, is Little Blue Stem. It's got not a red base, but blue like that, bluish. This is one as well, I believe. Nope, it's not. Yeah, I have the test grass growing out in a pot in front of the house, but hard to tell what's what right now. But in the end, I only need 1 plant per square foot, and that would cover this entire thing, because they're a bunch grass and they form a big clump. They can get 2 feet around, so I don't need a whole lot of them to survive, but I don't want to battle with whatever else is here either. And I actually killed that a couple times before I planted, but it's best to do it starting the year before, which is what I'm doing here. I've already sprayed this and knocked it down. This is going to be Little Blue Stem, Indian grass, etc., and sedge around the walnut tree there. And then I have test patches going over the side of the hill there and over there. This one is shade, and that one's pretty much full sun. I want to try out some different prairie grasses on steep hillsides. There's an awesome find right there. I've been missing that for, well, I guess probably since I sprayed here, but it could have been when I weed whacked this. But that's my little razor knife. And here is the pet cemetery. I gotta get in here and spray some glyphosate and put the last of the mulch down in the back here. This is rubber mulch, which is pretty nice. It's maintenance free. Okay, I think that'll wrap things up. Well, I guess I can show the very last thing over here. This is hens and chicks. And again, if you didn't see earlier videos, I just mixed up some peat. I can't remember if I put any fertilizer in it or not. And I smashed it into the crack on this rock, which is only about 1 inch deep. And then I put a hen, I guess it would be just a hen, in there. Oh, that was 7 years ago. Somewhere, either 6 or 7 years ago. And it's done fine ever since. We got to get in here and do some mowing. The mower we use on the trails has a flat tire, so that's another task I got on my plate. But today I have the brand new Husqvarna hedger, and I got to hedge that monster down there. You can see from here how insanely overgrown the vineyard is. So hopefully this hedger makes it an easy task. In the past, it hasn't been this big, so I could just go in there with the old hand loppers hedge trimmer and, you know, make short work of it. But now that the vines are 3 years old, they are just massive, and I can no longer do that. So I'll get down there, get that trimmed, and with any luck, I'll be able to get them 2 posts in there, but maybe not. We'll see what I can get done. Well, that'll do it for this garden walk. Subscribe to the channel and hit the update button if you want to receive updates when we upload new videos. And give us a like if you liked the video. Thanks for watching, and have yourself a great day.